Oh my God, guys, I am literally so proud of this moment. I never ever believed that when I first started this podcast, we would get to number 500. Jojo, if you could put some balloons in the background or something and pooh, celebration, pooh, pooh, pooh. I don't know. That's a video. That's for video watchers. Jojo, if anybody doesn't know, is my awesome virtual assistant. She is brilliant. And no, you can't have her, anybody who's looking for a virtual assistant. Anyway, yeah, I never ever thought we'd get to number 500. That for me has been a massive, massive achievement. And do you know what? I love doing this podcast. I love people contacting me. I love people sending me text messages who people know me. You know, I never ever expect to watch this or listen to this and just saying, listen to your program, actually podcast, and it was actually all right. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's people who absolutely hate it and hate me and can't stand it and everything like that. But do you know what? I'm doing it for the right reasons. I'm not doing it for any other reason other than, and do you know what? Even if I was doing it to make money, there's nothing wrong with making money, but I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to give back for me, for my kids, for my family. And it's kind of like a little legacy thing for me, a legacy play where I know that no matter what happens, my kids can watch me for the last year and a half, nearly the last year and a half of me doing videos during the COVID situation, during everything. So hopefully they get to know a little bit about me. And I tend to record like 5 to 10 at a time. And so hopefully they get to see a little bit of my life, my insight. And obviously on Mondays, we talk about the previous week. And so hopefully we get to see about what we're doing and what we're not doing. One thing, however, that I don't believe I share enough of is my failures, when I have bad days, when I have down days. And I wanted to talk about that today. And the reason is, and don't get me wrong, I'm probably the happiest person that I've ever come across. I feel very lucky and very blessed that for whatever reason, the chemicals are correctly balanced inside my head. And I am very, very happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm not content in the slightest. Please don't mix up between happy and content, because I am not content in the slightest with anything. As you guys know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've got ambitions. Before it was a £200 million business. I want £250 million business now. I want it to be £250 million in 20 years. That's my ambition. And that's what I want. And do you know what? Whether people think I'm mad or not, I've literally, I'm not going to be content. I'm not going to be content. It's not about the money. I said it before. It's not about the money. It's about the achievement. It's about the game. I love the game. I love finding self-storage facilities. I love looking at different areas. I love looking at where I can open a facility and know that I can achieve something there. That for me excites me. It's not about the money anymore, because I could quit now and live a extremely fruitful life. We could sell the facilities and I would never have to work again in my life. The kids would never have to work again a day in their life. And so it's not about the money. And that's where people, Gary Vee said something the other day about burnout. He said, you only get burned out if you don't enjoy what you're doing. And I love it. You're right. You're so right. You don't get burned out. When I'm on holiday, I genuinely, this is Zach and Kai. If you're listening, when you're listening to this, hopefully you are listening to this. I miss the day to day. I miss the grind. I miss the opportunities. Don't get me wrong, there's certain things like replying to emails, I bloody hate it. But there's certain things that I really, really, really miss. And I miss the deals. I miss finding the locations. I miss spotting a diamond in the rough. I miss all that. I miss seeing the figures. I miss going through the figures. I miss critiquing things. And so, yeah, don't get me wrong. I love my holidays. My holidays are a precious, sacred time for me. But that doesn't mean that I still don't miss being at work, because I do. And I don't call it work. I call it enjoyment. I call it fun time. It's my fun time. If I could literally, I love the weekends. I love spending time with my family, but equally, I fucking love a Monday. I absolutely love a Monday, because it's what I do. It's what I enjoy. But so please don't think because I'm happy, I'm content, because I am absolutely far, far from content in terms of where I want to be financially, where business wants to be. And that doesn't mean that I'm not happy. I want to get across. I'm not happy with the money where the business is accruing or whatever like that, because I'm very happy with the direction it's going. But it's got to continue on that trajectory, and it's going to be hard to maintain, but I want to continue that now. And so that's my job. But in terms of happiness, I do feel like I'm happy. So I want to get across, first of all, look, I am probably the most happiest person that I've come across. And that's not saying that everybody else is unhappy or anything like that, but I feel as though I always look on the positive sides. And yes, things get me down, but I'm very, very happy in total. But I also don't want to be unrelatable to people. I also don't want people to think that they can never relate to me because I don't get down. I don't get upset. I don't have days where I'm not motivated. I don't have days where I just want to watch Netflix. I don't have days where the kids piss me off. The wife pisses me off. Life pisses me off. And so what I want to do is get across that I have those days. I am no different to you or anybody. I have those days, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with having those days. And because, like I said, I've been speaking to people and they're saying, it's all right for you because you're really, really happy, or you've got a job that that you love and everything. It doesn't mean that I don't have days that don't piss me off, that I don't want to go to work, or that I don't want to do X, Y, and Z, because I do. I speak to many dads. I speak to many of my friends, and people seem to confide in me more now because of this podcast, and people I haven't spoken to in a while seem to contact me, and then we have a chat, and sorry, it's my wife just phoning me. And the problems are all the same. Most people's problems are all the same. Either they're unhappy at work, or they're unhappy with a relationship, marriage, or the kids are driving them mad. But it's all the same for everybody. And the problem is, I think that why people get so down about it is because people don't talk about it. People don't allow other people to know that they're going through something similar. And so when you start feeling and thinking that way, you feel as though there must be something completely wrong with you because you're upset about what your wife said to you, or disrespect your wife said, or how unappreciated you are, or how your kids are driving you mad, or how you don't want to go to work in the morning, you absolutely hate it, and Monday morning's the worst feeling in the world. Do you know what? I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. There is so many people in that boat, and it's not feeling like that's a problem. It's what you do next. That's life in a nutshell. Every single person deals with shit. Every single person has down days. Every single person gets upset, gets frustrated, gets mad, thinks they want to chuck in the towel. Every single person feels like that. And I'm here to tell you that that's okay. You can feel like that, but it's what you do next. It's how you handle that setback, that failure, that feeling, that thought. How do you interpret that? What do you do next? More often than not, I can kick myself up the backside and I can get on with my day. If I've had an argument, I'm one of these wimpy people where if I've had an argument with my wife, I literally, I can't work, I can't function, I can't do anything. And I'm exactly the same with my kids. If I've had an argument with my kids, I hate the day. I can't. I just want to see them again because I don't want them going off to school or wherever they're going and feeling that we've had an argument. So I always try to make sure that the kids never ever feel that way. And I know multiple parents who have said they feel guilty for telling the kids off and stuff. But how many times and there's nothing wrong with telling your kids off. Please don't think that I'm telling you there's nothing wrong with telling your kids out. But sometimes you raise your voice, and I try to never ever shout. I try to pride myself on not shouting. But sometimes, obviously, you do. But what do you do when you lose control? When you do something wrong? Where you upset your wife? Where you do something wrong at work? Are you accountable? Do you hold yourself to a higher level? I want to hold myself to a higher level. I don't just want my kids to say sorry to me when they've done something wrong. I want to apologize to my kids when I haven't shown up as the best version of myself. And so if I've lost the temper with my kids and shouted at them or said something that I try not to say something I don't mean, but if I've said something I don't mean, then apologize. I apologize. I get them and say, look, I shouldn't have reacted like this. I shouldn't have said this. I'm sorry. And that's exactly the same as with your wife, because there's a great quote saying you can be happy or you can be right. You can't be both. And whilst I get the concept, I don't necessarily believe it, but I do believe there's a big power in saying sorry. And my wife, if she's ever listened to this, luckily she doesn't. She'll be like, you never say sorry. Guess what? I do, love. I do. Anyway, so I think there's a massive power there that most people are overlooking. We don't drag that power. We don't draw that power in. And when you say sorry, it fundamentally changes your mindset. It lifts the pressure up from you because you've taken control. You haven't used excuses, external excuses. Never say sorry, but, because that's not apology. That's just a way of getting at somebody. So never ever say sorry, but. It drives me mad when someone says that to me. I'm sorry, Dean, but okay, what have I done now? Why have you done this? Yeah, so I want you to harness that power of the sorry, because the sorry is so powerful. And so what I'm trying to get across today is that, listen, as much as social media will have you believe that everybody's life is perfect, as much as this podcast will make you believe that I have my shit together every single day of the week and my shit don't stink and my wife loves me at all times. I mean, can you imagine living with this all the time? I mean, it's all right being positive and stuff, but by hell does it piss her off, because she's like, it's not like you. It's all right for you, Dean, because I'm not like you. I'm like normal people, where not just happy all the time. And so she gets pissed off with me being like this and always being on and always being and happy and stuff. And so can you imagine living with this all the time? I mean, it's all right for my wife. She can get away from me. I can never get away from me. I get pissed off with me. And so it's okay to get pissed off with your wife. It's okay to get pissed off with your husband. It's okay to get pissed off with your job. It's okay to get pissed off with your kids. It's okay to get pissed off with your sisters, your brothers. It's okay to get pissed off with your mum, your dad, your grandma, your auntie, your uncle. It's normal. It's normal. It's okay to feel down. It's okay from time to time to absolutely fucking hate your life. It's normal. And most people think they're alone when they feel like this, when they have these thoughts and the feelings. It's not. You're not. We're all the same. But the problem is we're all too scared to say that our shit stinks. My shit stinks. Your shit stinks. I can be a horrible grump sometimes. You can be a horrible grump sometimes. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm this happy-go-lucky person all the time, because of course I'm not. Of course I have days when I'm down and depressed, and not depressed, but down and just not my usual self, not thinking and feeling the same way, not motivated, and want to spend the day playing FIFA or having a day on Netflix. I want them days. And sometimes, you know what? Don't tell my wife I have those days, because we all need a bit of me time. We all need some time like that. But what I want to get across is that you're not alone. Nobody's alone. We're all together. We're all pretending we've got our shit together when we don't. The social media, worst thing about social media is, for that split second, you take a picture. For them 10 seconds, you take a video. When your kids are behaving and when you're having an idyllic moment, it feels and looks fantastic. But that's not real life. And the problem is that everybody else compares their normal life with your highlight reel. And it is only a highlight reel that you're putting on social media. That's why I've made a conscious decision. You will see no pictures of my house, my home, the things like that my house and my home. Obviously, business and LinkedIn, I do put things on there. I do share an awful lot on Hacking Self-Storage about the business. But what's the purpose of it? It's probably, if I think about it, because I really, really wanted to, because loads of people remember me in Beverly of being the guy who messed up Lazo, how I had Lazo and was unsuccessful. And so loads of people just think that I'm this loser who had a failed business. And I want to show them, I really, really, really want to show them that, guess what? I've done all right now. I had a fucked up business, but I've done all right now. And I want to post it on social media, but I'm doing it for the wrong reasons. I'm trying to impress the people I don't really care about. And so why would I? And the problem is that my posts, and yes, some people can say it can motivate people because here's what somebody's achieved, but it also can send somebody in the other direction and just feel that their life doesn't compare. And that is everybody's post on. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with posting on social media or anything like that, but there's a lot of harm coming from social media, and a lot of people who are depressed, who feel down, who feel insecure, who feel like they're losing at life, when really you're not losing at life at all. You're just being normal. And the problem is that people compare their normal life to to other people's highlight reels. And it's so critically important that people understand that life isn't one big highlight reel. There's ups, there's downs. That's what makes life so fun. That's what makes life so special, that we have the ups and downs. If we didn't have the ups and downs, if we just had happiness all the time and was up there, we felt great up there all the time, guess what? Happiness wouldn't be happiness. Happiness would suck, because that'd be your baseline. So you have to have the downs to appreciate the ups. You have to have the ups So in order to get the ups, you have to have the downs. So those downs, you've got to learn from them. You don't learn. I'm going to do an episode about learning. You don't learn from your wins. You only learn from your losses. And so we need those losses to propel us to our successes. You need to feel down. You need to feel the hurt, the heartache. You need to feel the heartache to feel the love. You need to feel not depressed, but you need to feel down in order to appreciate the good days. And so what I'm trying to get across, guys, is that everybody is the same. There is no person out there that has everything together. As much as they pretend they do, they don't. They don't. They're just the same as you and me and everybody else. So the next day that you feel upset or down, you're not alone. You're not lost. It's what you do next that counts. Yes, you can have a day like that, but don't have a week like that. Don't have a month like that. We need to use that as a trampoline to make sure that we propel ourselves to the next stage. What are you going to do next when you feel down? How are you going to take control of your life? How are you going to take control of your thoughts and your feelings? Because I promise you it's possible. And once you understand that everybody else feels like this, that is when you take control. That is when you start feeling better. That is when you start feeling empowered. So please believe it that everybody is exactly the same as you and you are not alone. It's what you do next on those dark days that matters. All right, my friends, thank you so much. This has been episode 500. I'm over the moon. 16 minutes. Holy shit, can I talk? 16 minutes. Yeah, I love this podcast, and I genuinely appreciate that every single person who listens to me rabbit on, because I know I can go on and on and on, but I really enjoy it, and hopefully you guys enjoy it too, and you get something out of it. So this has been number 500, my friends, and here's to another 505 more. 5,000 more. We're going to continue because I love it. I love it, my friends. This is now a big part of my life, and I suppose that I don't know. I get a sense of fulfillment doing this podcast that I don't get in any other aspect of my life, because I feel as though it could be possibly help. I know it's helping certain people in certain ways because of the messages I get. So thank you very much. And just hopefully it can impact my family in the same positive way at some point and help them along their journey of life, where there will be many ups and downs and bumps along the process, along the road. All right, my friends, have a great day. Appreciate it, love it, respect it. And just remember, if you're having one of those down days, what are you going to do next? Because it will come to us all. It comes to us all. David Beckham has these down days. Every single person has these days. All right, my friends, thank you so much. Love, respect. See you soon. Bye-bye.